Yeah. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We are back and trying to make things happen. And I don't know. Uh oh. Uh oh. Y'all give me a second. I had that thing sliding. Do about it. Yeah. D-Miles music, man. Y'all check that out. Yeah. Two. The moon. I'll give y'all a little snippet of that. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? We just gonna do a real, intro. Y'all already know what we're talking about today. Who has it worse, Ben Simmons or Markelle Fultz? We'll be going over that. Is advanced training actually hurting today's athletes? So many people are getting hurt. What could KD's legacy be hurt by this year's first round exit? Who knows? And who had the most pressure to be successful in the NBA? Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron? And we'll be back right after this. Yeah, we're back. Ready to get this thing started. Hey, I want y'all to go over there, Sit in Politic. On YouTube, check those guys out. Sit in Politic on YouTube, IG, all the Twitter, all the handles you can think of. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. I don't know if you seen last night's show, but we had the crew from over here, putting it down, giving all kind of sports knowledge. And then you got your boy right here, Gates, Kent, whatever, however you want to call me, whatever you want to call me, Kenthony, you know what I mean? Y'all hit your boy up. Y'all see the Cash App. Make sure y'all send your boy some support. And hey, everybody that's out there who has sent money to the Cash App, definitely appreciate you helping the channel grow. That's how we was able to get that intro. And yeah, definitely appreciate it. More importantly, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this information. That way, we can get more people on, grow the channel, and grow this community. So that being said, bam. You know what I'm saying? Let's pretty much we're gonna jump right into this thing. We're gonna jump right into it. Got my little background playing. Put that down a little bit. Little background music playing. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're gonna jump right on into it. Who has it worse, Ben Simmons or Markelle Fultz? That's a subjective question, but think about it. Markelle Fultz got drafted, I believe 2016 by Philadelphia, first round pick, and this was part of the process. Matter of fact, they drafted 2014. They drafted Embiid. I think he had to sit out 2 years with his foot. 2016 was Markelle Fultz. They actually had the number 3 pick. And I think the Celtics had the number 1 pick. And then this was the time the Celtics and Danny Ainge was building up all these draft picks. But anyway, they went up to number 1 to get the first pick, and they got Markelle Fultz. They also got 2017, they got Ben Simmons. And I think 2018, they got Mikal Bridges, who is now balling over there for the Suns, Phoenix Suns. So with all that, trust the process and all these different things here, do you guys really think that, they haven't won the championship, so the process isn't complete. And I don't think it's going to be complete this year. Man. But at the same point, I don't think the process is going to be complete this year. But at the same point, do y'all think the process worked? If you ask me, I'm going to say no. They obviously traded 3 of the 4 big name players. I ain't gonna say Bridges was a big name, but I think he was a first round 10th pick. So that's pretty big. Not Fultz, but Bridges. Yeah. So If you ask me, I'm gonna say no because only one player is still on that team, and that's Joel Embiid. Now, then you got to think about it. Ben Simmons, we all know, infamous shot last year in the playoffs. He wouldn't shoot it, literally right up under the goal, 6'10", and he passed the ball out. Does that make any sense? Obviously, the answer is no. And then Markelle Fultz just forgot how to shoot all of a sudden. I don't know, he's out there in Orlando, but this guy had a mental issue and forgot how to shoot. So today, the Philadelphia 76ers, or yesterday, I think, was it yesterday or today? Either I think it was yesterday. Either way, the ownership or the GM ended up meeting with Clutch Sports and Rich Paul and Ben Simmons. And basically, he told them originally that allegedly he was hurt and the back pain flared back up. But come to find out, it's more of a mental block that he's having, allegedly. And then same as Markelle Fultz. So they got two mentally injured players, so to speak. And this process isn't working at the moment. You know what I'm saying? If they end up winning a championship, now they traded Ben to help get them James Harden, but I don't think Harden's gonna actually end up working out there. Well, he might end up working, but I believe they're gonna lose. Doc Rivers will get fired and they'll get a new head coach next year. That's what I believe. We'll see how that rolls down. And I think the perfect coach for them would be somebody like Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson will be having a big man like Embiid. That would be perfect. So I think as of now, Ben Simmons has been the better of the two of Markelle Fultz and himself, simply because he has produced, he has played, he's played top tier basketball outside of shooting, and he's highly valued in this league. But the best ability is what? Availability. So if you can't play in the game, if you decide not to play, then just because you and he says he got mentally ill after last year's playoffs. Everybody was talking about him. Actually, Doc Rivers went on and said they can't win with him. So it can be challenging for them guys. You know, we all sit out here and say, "Oh, well, if I was making millions upon millions of dollars," but we got to keep these people as human beings. You know, at the end of the day, they may not have financial problems like we do, or your car broke down and you can't do this, or you need a house to stay. Those type of things. But at the end of the day, they are humans. But I'm not gonna give them an excuse. You got to figure that out, man. You got to figure that out. And we're talking basketball. We're not talking you're a surgeon and you got to go in and give somebody, surgery and you having mental blocks. We're talking about basketball. You can't handle the fans, I guess, heckling you or whatever the case may be. But we're talking basketball. We're not talking, this person that has to, like I say, go into surgery or whatever the case may be and administer surgery. We're not talking about that and have a mental block. We're talking about a guy who has to go out here and play basketball. I mean, is there mental illness in this world? Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to say, should basketball be one of them? No, not if you ask me. But, I'm just a normal guy living here trying to get my information out. But at the same time, we all can find more problems. And I'm not trying to be that guy that just say, "Oh, you playing basketball." Like I said earlier, you should be able to overcome this. But we're talking basketball. We're not talking someone who is having, can't pay the light bill, water bill, car pay, whatever the case may be. We bring it right back to basketball. So he has to find a way to be able to get past this. And I think unless he's, man, it kind of sucks. I want to say unless he's actually injured, but if he's but can we call it a mental illness or injury? That's where the line gets kind of thick, or the lines get blurred, so to speak. Because I want to say, unless you're physically injured, then you have to pay back that money or something. But is that an injury? A mental injury? I guess yes. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Simply because mental illness is real, and I definitely believe that. But man, we're talking about playing basketball. That's what really kills me about that. We're talking about playing basketball. So I'm going to say at this point, obviously the Sixers lost in both ways. So the Sixers lost in both ways. They had to give up Ben Simmons, and they had to give up Markelle Fultz. At least Ben Simmons, they got James Harden back for it. So I would have to say that Ben Simmons created more revenue for the company, for the team. Ben Simmons made the All-Star games. He got them in the playoffs. Markelle Fultz didn't do any of that. So if you want to say or ask the question, which one won, the better of the two, I mean, it's both bad, but the better of the two, you have to go with Ben Simmons. But then again, how much Ben Simmons played enough to get this super raise? I don't know how much money he's making at the moment, but at the same time, I don't know. Because Markelle Fultz didn't get no contract extension or anything like that. So when you break down the money of it, that's that part I don't know, but that's the part I think it really boils down to. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say Ben Simmons, because at the end of the day, they at least got James Harden back. You know, I'm not saying James Harden's all that, and he might be a shell of himself at the moment, but we have to see. We have to see how this playoff go. And next year, I want to say with James Harden, I want to see what goes on this year and next year, simply because I think he's pretty much tanking to get Doc Rivers fired. That's my belief. But that's yet to be seen. And then, is it advanced training hurting today's athletes? Is it because these players have been playing baseball 162 games, football 16, now 17 games, and we're talking pro level, obviously. NBA 82 games. They've been playing 82 games for a hot minute. I don't remember seeing this many people get hurt off of not even contactless injuries, and tearing ACLs, Achilles, and different things like that. Now the surgeons and the technology is better as well, but at the same time, you got people, Kawhi Leonard out the whole year, hot garbage. And KD was out a few years ago from injuries. But it's so many players that's getting hurt nowadays. I mean, they're bigger, stronger, faster, but at the same time, are they working out correctly? And I think that's where the difference is. And I can't think of his name, but Michael Jordan, I think he trained Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and D Wade. I think is it Tim Grover, something like that. But anyway, that individual said, that's what he said. According to him, athletes working out with like these bands and different things like that, this advanced training, it may be good for, I guess, like, what different workouts. Really, it all depends. So the question is it actually hurting the athlete of the day? And I'm going to say yes. I think it is hurting the athlete of today. And yeah, I think it is hurting the athlete because we just have too many getting hurt. Too many getting hurt, too consistent. Zion Williams, I mean, obviously his weight has something to do with it, but he can't stay on the court. There's so many different I mean, baseball, I don't know what to say about baseball. I don't follow it that much, but those guys stay hurt. You know, baseball players stay hurt. And they be out, 10 days for, what I'm saying, a sore thumb or some crazy mess. But anyway, and then you have to ask that question. Is it the advanced training? Because a lot of players are complaining about playing too many games. But do you want to get that money back? Because you got to think that they have a CBA, collective bargaining agreement, with the TV channels and all that. So if they have less games on television, that obviously brings in less revenue. So therefore, they're going to get paid less money. But I bet none of them want to do that. Some of them have to look at the way that they actually take care of their body, the way that they actually work out, and maybe readjust some things because there's a Anthony Davis stay hurt. What they call him, street clothes Davis. I think Charles Barkley called him that. So they have to definitely change the style of how they're working out. I think just too many athletes in general. I mean, I know definitely football and basketball. Yeah, at least football and basketball because those are the sports I watch mainly, and a ton of players get hurt. I mean, back in the day, obviously people got hurt, but it didn't seem like it was that bad. You look back, John Stockton played like almost 82 games every season he was in the year. I mean, every season he was in the league. Jordan played almost 82 games almost every season he was in the league. You know, LeBron played 82 games once in his career. So, but then you see a lot of people load managing, you know, but what they do, I think, honestly, Greg Popovich, I believe, kind of masterminded this. And other people are taking it to another level. He started it trying to get Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker rest. And maybe even started with when they had David Robinson, trying to get these guys rest throughout the season, give them nights off and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think that's obviously hurting the revenue of the league. And the league, well, I can't say hurting the revenue of the league, but when TNT picks up a game, they don't want to see that Tim Duncan ain't playing, Michael Jordan ain't playing, LeBron James ain't playing, KD. When they pick up these games, they want the star players to be playing. One, not to be injured. That's why we started with the advanced training. And then two, definitely not to be I'm load managing. That's crazy. You know, but it's you just can tell how the whole world has changed over the years. You know, back in the day, you trying to play. You just trying to play. Get me on the court, or get me on the field, compared to today, it's like they just take off for any and everything. You know? I believe the advanced training is hurting athletes. All these bands and everything looks great. Now, if you wasn't an athlete, it'll be much better. But when you have moving parts and you have to actually get out there and do some things, I think that's where it's actually hurting the modern athlete. Bang, bang, boogie. Come on, thing. Will KD's legacy be hurt by this year's first round exit without winning a game? Man, yes. The answer is yes. Hold up. Let me do something.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
You know, I'm going to say what I've always said, you know. Bang, bang, boogie. Yeah. Bang, bang, boogie. Yeah. Yeah, to be more careful, boy, I tell you. Yeah, so with KD's first round exit, see, there's three factors to this, right? There's a first round exit. There's a first round exit with the team he's on. No, there's four. There's a first round exit of how they lost. And there's a first round exit of a quote unquote super team, a team that's handpicked, a team that they built. You know, well, with him and Kyrie. So there's four elements to that. So let me try to answer those questions if I can remember all four. I didn't write this down. But number one, a handpicked team. Handpicked team, look, you can't be getting first round exits. I'm sorry. Especially when you have healthy players. Now, if that would have happened last year and all those people got hurt before they, you know, got to the second round or whatever round it was, that's a different ball game. I can accept that. But the fact that nobody was hurt, I mean, Ben Simmons, y'all played with Ben Simmons all year, so you can't use that excuse. He might have been out there practicing, but you ain't played on the court with him all year. I know Kyrie went through all this stuff with the COVID shots and all that stuff there. No matter how you feel with it, how you feel about it, they played together enough. So that's like number one. You built the super team. Tried to anyway. And you lost in the first round. Crazy. Number two, Allen Iverson. I always throw this up against LeBron, so now I'm throwing it up against KD. Allen Iverson, you go back and look at that 2001 team or whatever it was only him offensively. It was only AI. AI got a win against Kobe and Shaq. AI got one win. Now, as a superstar, a player who wants to be, I'm pretty sure in his head, he hasn't said this publicly, but KD wants to be known as the best player in the league. Top 10 player of all time, I'm pretty sure. And you can't get out the first round. Now, I understand you can't get out the first round if your team is garbage and you guys were number one. Think about that. Earlier this season, the Nets were number one in the Eastern Conference. I mean, yes, they lost James Harden. KD got hurt, but just remember they were number one. So after they got somebody, I want to say Theus, or somebody else or something like that. Anyway, at the trade deadline, helped them immensely. I mean, they don't even have the bench depth that Brooklyn does. I mean, you finally played Blake Griffin, Andre, what's his name? Aldridge, just sitting over there chilling. I mean, I haven't heard a report or anything about him being hurt, injured, or anything like that. But why isn't he in the court? I mean, borderline Hall of Famer. Why he ain't on the court? Come on, man. You can't tell me Aldridge didn't deserve any playing time. I don't care what. I don't care if you beat up your mama. This man deserves some playing time. That was obviously a joke. But this man deserves some playing time. Why isn't he playing? That's what I want to know. Blake, get on the court. He can barely breathe. He ain't played in so long. Come on, man. This man left Detroit where he was the man. Come over here to Brooklyn. He was a starter. Got benched. And now he can barely get in the game. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So, yeah, handpicked team. AI got one game. That's the standard. For a superstar, that's the standard. You got to win at least one game. Number 3. Let me think. Because I didn't write this down, didn't plan on time. Sometimes, man, I just let it free flow. You know? I just let it free flow. The way that they lost, not that they just lost, the way KD actually played, I don't think I've ever seen a superstar play that terrible for 4 consecutive games in the playoffs. His game 4 was okay, but in the playoffs, I've never seen it that bad. I mean, even LeBron had some bad games, obviously, when they played against Dallas. But I don't think I've ever seen anything like that from a superstar. Come on, KD, you got to do. And then the coaching, which I'm still on KD's neck, but the coaching is coaching. The coaching, like, they kept KD at the top of the key. Any direction he go, he getting trapped, and then he can't hold on to the ball. And then he got turnover after turnover after turnover. 21 turnovers in 4 games. That's crazy. Come on, man. How does KD allow that to happen? How does Steve Nash allow that to happen? I don't know. I don't think Steve Nash definitely needs to go. They need to get somebody in there that can put these boys in position, and then they go to work from there. Because him at the top of the key, now if you put Kyrie at the top of the key, I can more so see that. Let him handle the ball. I don't know why Kyrie didn't more so handle the ball. Let him go to the top of the key. Kyrie got handles. KD can handle the ball, but he doesn't have handles like that. And I'm not even talking about compared to Kyrie, Steph, and stuff like that. I'm honestly talking about the average basketball player. He doesn't have handles like that. He got, for 7 foot, he got nice handles, but as a ball handler, his handles aren't all that. You know what I mean? That's why one reason they were able to get some tips, get their hands in there, get their hands on the ball, because he ain't like that. so to speak. And I like KD, man. I like KD. So I'm not trying. I am trying to go in on him because I'm truthful. I keep that same energy. That was pitiful. That was a pitiful first round of basketball. Pitiful. What? And then that was 3. And then 4, look. It's the first round, man. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with necessarily losing in the first round, but when you have a hand-picked team, and I don't care if you play in Boston. First of all, you were better than Boston earlier this year, but I don't care that Boston didn't handpick their team like that. Boston got drafted players, and then you got to handpick the team over there. So, and it's everything. But LeBron had a terrible series against the Mavs, and obviously everybody knocking for this, but it didn't look that way. Even though he I think he scored 8 points in one game. Even though all that happened, it didn't look that way. It didn't look that bad with 9,000 turnovers, all this different stuff right here. And then LeBron did that in the finals. KD do that in the first round. That's a big difference to me. At least you got your team to the finals and you lost. That's where I think, because people always say, "What, going to the finals you don't get no credit for that." No, you don't, unless it's like this. If it's like this, you got a loss. At least LeBron got to the finals. Got the Heat team to the finals. Not 1, not 2, and all that BS. But at least he got the team to the finals. And if something crazy would have happened, they could have at least won it. But that's why I say they be like, what the getting to the finals 8 times and all this stuff. I mean, no, not really. You're the first loser. You made it there. Go ask the Buffalo Bills. Ask the Buffalo Bills what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't make any sense. That make it make sense. So, and then last but not least, you know what I'm saying? Who had the most pressure to be successful in the NBA? Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron? Now, we had this discussion on Sit and Politic. You guys want to go over there? Check that out. Sit and Politic podcast. This was a discussion we had over there. So if y'all want to check that out, go check it out. Sit and Politic. But we back over here. Gates Open Media. Who had the most pressure? Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe? Y'all let me know who y'all think had the most pressure. And then I'm going to give y'all my answer. I'll give y'all Minnesota and Memphis going down to the wire. Look like Memphis got the ball. 107-106. 8.2 seconds left. So who had the most pressure? I believe LeBron had the most pressure. And I know that's going to be a shocker for some people. You got to think about it. When Jordan came into the league, first of all, he was the number 3 pick. He should have been at least the number 2 pick because it was a big man league then. So I can understand who was it, Sam Bowie and Elijah Warren getting picked before him. But according to I think it was Bobby Knight said, the Bobby Knight or Chuck Daly, one of them guys said, I need a center. Somebody said they need a center. He said, well, play him at center. So I think Chuck Daly said the best basketball player he's ever seen. Now this is a rookie Michael Jordan, not even rookie at the time. Just so dynamic. Then Kobe. Kobe came into the league. He was traded. He was the 13th pick and was actually traded from the Hornets to the Lakers. If y'all didn't know, I think it was the 11th or 13th pick. Pretty sure 13th. And he actually got traded. Kobe didn't start his first year. So the reason I say that is because there's no pressure then. Now, he might have put pressure on himself. And knowing Kobe, which obviously I don't know him, but knowing Kobe, that's what he did. He put pressure on himself, obviously, to get on the court, to get better, different things like that. And I'm pretty sure all these players put pressure on themselves. But then Kobe got Shaq. So that he also alleviates some of the pressure. And the reason I say LeBron is because LeBron was already titled the king, that dumbass. Which I don't call him king. You know, I call one person king. And that's God. But anyway, LeBron came in with that label. He came in, cameras all over him. It was still a little pre social media, but you gotta think when Jordan came in, 84, 85, there was probably barely cable TV. When Kobe came in, I mean, obviously there was cable TV, but things still weren't on that level. And Kobe, once again, was traded to the team he went to. Kobe, once again, wasn't a starter. I mean, they seen the potential in him. See what I'm saying? But Braun came there, got drafted to Cleveland, which I think that'd be a whole bunch of hopes there. I think they be just making them balls go where they want them to go. But anyway, he went, to Cleveland, his hometown, and he went in and put on work, young man. I think actually Carmelo Anthony was a better player when he first came into the league than LeBron. Probably about the first 2 or 3 years, Carmelo was the better player to me than LeBron. But LeBron had all that hype. He had a ton of hype, and most importantly, he lived up to the hype. He lived up to the hype. 109. He lived up to the hype. Really don't get in trouble in the media. You don't see him get in trouble. Now every once in a while, he'll say something about certain countries, and people get mad. Or if he's giving like political advice, some people get mad and different things like that. But for the most part, LeBron hasn't been in trouble. Now, I ain't gonna really go into it, but the Brentwood case where his house got graffitied or something like that, or they put the N-word on there and stuff like that. That was a whole different ball game. Some people say that wasn't even true. I'm have to do a story on that. But anyway, LeBron has pretty much kept his nose clean. He got the school up there in Ohio. But just coming in the league, somebody argued that Kobe had more pressure. It was not more pressure with Kobe because Kobe had Eddie Jones in front of him, Nick Van Exel. You know what I'm saying? Shaq was over there. I don't know when Robert Horry got there, but definitely for the first championship. But Kobe had a lot of leadership there. Bron didn't have no leadership. Bron was the leader, so to speak. I'm pretty sure he ain't going that right into the locker room, just trying to be that leader. And I'm pretty sure he grew into it throughout the year. But Darius Miles is on that team. And Jordan, they say, according to that show, the Last Dance documentary, they call them boys the traveling cocaine circus. But people want to, Jordan didn't make it to the playoffs. Got first round exit out the playoffs 2 years in a row. But guess what? Y'all arguments, LeBron didn't even make the playoffs his first 2 years. So make it make sense. At least you make it to the playoffs. Memphis about to get this thing. Yep, Memphis won 109, 111. 3-2. Look like John Morant did something. I got to see it. But so I got to give it to LeBron James, to be honest. LeBron got that. Another thing, another thing about this GOAT debate really quick. 75th All-Star game in Cleveland. I believe the NBA did this on purpose. 75th All-Star game in Cleveland. And they claimed they didn't know Jordan was gonna come. And who named it they called last? Who named it they called last? They called Jordan. Who got the biggest standing ovation? Jordan. So at the end of the day, that right there, that tells you who's the GOAT. Who do people want to see? You know what I'm saying? They want to see Jordan, man. Jordan was the GOAT. That explains it. That right there, because it's in LeBron James' whole time. He got them a chip, came back against Golden State. They was down 3-1. Nobody's ever done that in NBA history. Came back, won, said he was the GOAT because of that. Then he got them that chip. Think about it. And then when you come in my house, another man come in my house and they cheering for him. What? Louder than me? You can cheer, but you can't cheer louder. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? But today's discussion wasn't about the GOAT debate, but it was about, you know what I'm saying? I think LeBron James at the end of the day had more pressure coming into the league. Bang, bang, boogie. Bang, bang, boogie. Yeah. Bang, bang, boogie. Yeah. Got to be more careful, boy, I tell you. Got to be more careful, boy, I tell you. I'm always first. I'm never next. Always first. I'm never next. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, folks, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got for this evening. That's all I got for the evening. And we're going to kick it off like this. Y'all make sure you go check out Sitting Politic Podcast. Y'all hit your boy up, Gates Open Media. And, you know what I mean? That's what we're doing. We're doing great things over here. We're doing great things. I like when y'all comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we're going to finish some of this song right here.
All night.
No breaks to the early morning. Still in your garden.
All night.
No breaks to the early morning. Gotta love, we gotta love. No, you been doing up and I've been clean.
Hey.
Things we can do.
All streaming platforms. D-Line's music, baby. Yeah.
Quality moments, be the little things, make life worth living. What a girl you bring, eyes open. Girl, you know you got me focused. And holding hands about the riverside, rushing waves against your eyes. You know your love is on my mind. Now you're being
Y'all hear that? So we about to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all enjoy this.